quite a setup. Okay. Dave, you know, I spoke just briefly before the meeting about what you were looking for in your, to try to convey in your speech, and a couple of things that you wanted me to specifically look at. So first off, I really enjoyed the speech. It was informative. I really got to understand a little bit about what the redwood forest is. In writing the evaluation from my notes, I thought about the redwood forest is somewhat similar to where I grew up, but I guess I can call New York City the concrete forest. So I can imagine maybe what a redwood tree looks like in concrete. So I like the speech. The other things that you talked about that you were concerned or you wanted me to watch for was audible pauses. And with the exception of being told to look for it, I wouldn't have noticed any. I mean, I think I counted a couple of ums, but it certainly was not distracting from your speech. The third thing you asked me to look for was whether it was organized. So the speech flowed from this is why we're going, and this is what we did when we got there, and this is how it went. The things that I think you would improve upon are a couple of things that it's maybe a little bit unfortunate for all of us that you will learn in speech number 5, which is your body speaks, and speech number 6, which is vocal variety. So you stood up here throughout almost the 5 minutes or so of the speech with your hands behind your back. I think that might have just been nervous. By the time maybe you calmed down a little bit, you got a little bit of body language. With this speech, you could have used body language immensely to describe how large these trees were. And then you also could have, you know, what you'll learn in the next couple of speeches, vocal variety, creeping into the woods, the winding turns, you know, changing the way that goes. We're going up the hill and down the hill. And then when we get into the woods, that there's no cell phone service, and so the silence of being inside the woods, and you could hear a bird chirp. So those sort of things you'll learn in the next couple of speeches. And I think that what I would challenge you to do is revisit this speech after doing 5 and 6 and present it again using the lessons that you learned in those speeches, those projects as well. Thanks.